good day, everyone. It's Coach Chadwin. This is Fixing the Trading Thing. I'm your host today. Me, myself, and I, Coach Brian and Coach Cindy, is off today. It's the anniversary. So if you are on here, you're watching the replay, please join me in saying happy 5th anniversary to them. They're celebrating this day today. I'm pretty excited for them. I know that they're going to be blessed by God. If you are here today, you've just joined me, please let me know if you're live with me. We're going to have an awesome session today. It won't be too long. We're going to cover something called top-down analysis and how to do it. I'm going to kind of lead you into something as well. And we're going to talk about having a system, a proper system as well, right? So if you are here today, let me know in the chat who's with me. And we're going to have a fun time together today. Now, before I even do that, I want to tell everybody, and I'm going to ask our admin to put the link in the chat. And you might see it there in the chat at some point. If you are new here, watching this via replay, watching it on YouTube, or watching it on one of our Facebook groups, or wherever you're getting this, you want to go ahead and click on the link that will appear in the chat soon, right? This link, there you go. Thank you. So this link over there is our link tree, as they say. Everything you want to know about us is on there. And let me just say, if you guys are not following Coach Brian on TikTok at the moment, it's getting really good, right? It's getting really good. He's going live every day, talking about the markets, talking about wisdom, talking about, you know what? Let me just go ahead and show you what it looks like at the moment on TikTok. Started short time ago. We thought that TikTok was only for kids. And what we're discovering is that there's a bunch of you guys hanging out there. So if you have a TikTok account, or you don't, get one, right? Go and have a look at this. This is what we've been doing, what Coach Brian has been doing. It's called Kingdom Digital Nomads, the Kingdom Coach. I'm about to share it. Let me bring it up. And let me bring it a little larger for you guys. So have a look at this daily wisdom being shared there. I think it's absolutely awesome. If you haven't seen it yet, you want to go ahead and watch it and go and see some of the wisdom things that he's been sharing. He's been doing prayers with people. You know what? Sometimes, if I'm truthful, I go here to get some motivation for the day as well. So go and have a look at our TikTok. It's Kingdom Digital Nomads, Brian the Kingdom Coach. As you can see over here on top, Brian the Kingdom Coach. And I'm not even sure when the first video was posted, but it looks like he's been going for years, right? But truth be told, this is just a daily post that he's been doing, sometimes twice. And if you look at it, this hasn't been even going for months, people, and already we've been able to rack up 1,026 people who say, you know what, I value what is going on here. I value what this man is saying. So if you want to find that value as well, please go ahead and follow Coach Brian on TikTok. Then, of course, the link I was talking about is this link over here. I'll share my screen. If you click the beacons link that's been copied into the chat, then what you're seeing is this little image, right? The Kingdom Coach, Trading for Freedom and Kingdom Impact. All our links is on here. Everything that's meaningful is on here. And of course, from there, we branch out to everything else as well. So if this is the first time you're seeing this, please go ahead and click the link in the chat and make sure that you guys sign up as well. Now, don't be a lurker on the stream. Please let me know who's live with me, right? And if you're watching this via replay as well, let me know as well. And if you're just jumping on, just a quick recap. This is the TikTok. This is the official channel. No other channels, because in today's day and age, there is people cloning things. This is the official one. This is where you want to go. Daily Wisdom, as you can see, videos up to 12,000 views because Coach Brian's got something to say. And whoever has an ear, come and have a listen at that as well. It's been awesome. Okay, so why are we here today? Let me see you face to face. Why are we here today? We want to talk a little bit about top-down analysis, being prepared. I find that as I'm speaking to a lot of people in their trading as a whole, whether this is strangers, whether it's people on the stream. And by the way, we had an awesome class yesterday. We went deeper with people who bought the Just Like Clockwork video series program for the first time again, or just wanted to go deeper. And I showcased some awesome stuff to them as to how you can take this next level and what are the next steps. So we had an awesome session. If you are one of those people who followed us or has joined one of those classes, we're looking forward to seeing you again in tonight's class with the rest of our students as well. So please show up, come, get your money's worth. I'm going to bring an epic one today. When I say tonight my time, it's in the day your time. Of course, I'm all the way in South Africa, but it's going to be an awesome one. I'm going to be teaching where to find the actual trade, where the context of the actual trade should be drawn from, and that's going to be a really good one. Now, I'm going to allude to some of that now as I go over to the charts. Again, I promise to not keep you here today too long, but this is fixing the trading thing. My suggestion, if you need good mindset today, go over to the TikTok. I want to get you guys on the TikTok as well, right? I want to get you on there. I want you to go and see what Coach Brian is doing there. It's absolutely awesome. It's absolutely awesome. So if you just joined me live, please drop your name in the chat. We don't bite here, but the more names, the better it is for me to give you guys value. Now, excuse me if you are hearing my little dog bark in the back. My son and my wife are just returning home, so my dog's quite excited there. Apologies for that. Okay, but let's jump into it. Let's talk a little bit about top-down analysis. Why is it important? What should you do with it? And how to utilize it? Now, give me an 8 in the chat if you'd like to know more about top-down analysis. Or, you know what? Give me a 9 in the chat if you've heard about top-down analysis before. Okay, you guys are quiet today, right? You guys are quiet. You're making me feel bad. Okay. Let me do this. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to talk about top-down analysis and why that's important and what I find a lot of people do and why their trades don't work out. Okay, so I'm on a program called TradingView, right? And I want to talk about top-down analysis today and why it's important. Top-down. Now, why is this important? Well, I find that a lot of people do, and some of you might laugh at this, right? Bottom-up analysis. What do you mean by that, Coach? A lot of people do bottom-up analysis. What do you mean by that? A lot of people, and by the way, if you're on the stream and you just joined, please, and you've joined us on YouTube, please go ahead and click like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that as well. Please do that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so let's keep it going. A lot of people do bottom-up analysis. And what's wrong with bottom-up analysis is that when you start at the bottom, in other words, you're starting on time frames such as your 5-minute, right? Of course, I type 3-minute there. Your 5-minute, your 1 minute. Some of you are even, I heard recently, on your seconds time frame. Right? Seconds. This is bottom up, right? You don't start there. So how I'm teaching people to view the market is you start on a higher time frame, and if the first criteria isn't met, write this down. If your first criteria on the higher time frame is not met, you don't even go to the next time frame. Right? You don't go. You go look for a new higher time frame to do it from. I'm going to explain that in just a little while, and I think you guys are going to find value. But if you are on the stream finding value already in this, please give me an 8 in the chat. Right? Okay. And then there's the other way around, which is top down. And I'm going to tell you the most important time frames from the get-go when you're trading. These are the most important time frames. The monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour. Now, some of you might be saying, you know what? And shout out to Black Superman. Tommy in Atlanta here. Awesome, Tommy. Thanks for joining. So some of you are like, you know what? What about the 1 hour? What about the 15-minute? What about the 30-minute, the 45-minute? I've seen people trade crazy time frames. Let me tell you something. If you cannot find the roadmap on one of these, you shouldn't be going to one of those. Write that down. If you cannot find the roadmap on one of these, you should not be going down to one of these. I would even say, take it a step further and say, I don't even want to see you on the H1, the 15-minute. You shouldn't be there. right? Tommy, write that down. You shouldn't be there. Why? Because this is, and let me explain to you what we're doing here. And I'm teaching you guys today. I hope you're finding value in this, right? I want you to think about top down as you getting into a car and typing in your destination, right? First, type in your destination. So you want to go from point A to point B. And then the smaller time frames, the H1, the 15, the 5, the 1, and the seconds, those are like the side streets, the roads that get you there, right? With 4 hours is like a major road. Daily is like a highway. Weekly is like an interstate, right? These are your overall destinations, the higher time frame. And then those lower time frames is how you get there. How do we actually get there? So, write this down. You need a time frame that gives you your destination. And that's going to be a higher time frame. A time frame that gives you a destination, that's going to be a higher time frame, right? And I'm going to show you how you do that. And the reason you need that is because you don't get into get into your car, type in a GPS and type the next street, right? You don't do that. You don't just type in, you know what, I need to go down my own street, so I'm going to type in the next street as I exit there. No, you don't. You type in the overall destination. Your GPS works out how to get there. What is the most efficient route to get there? And I'm going to give you the efficient time frame as well. Type a 7 in the chat if you're finding value here. The most efficient route to get there, and then you need those smaller turn here, turn there. This is how we get there overall. You guys tracking with me? Right? Are you guys following along with me? Let me know. Thank you, Mr. Black Superman. You're with me today. Okay? So we need to understand that there's this bird's eye view, the overview of how we get into a particular destination. Then there's the actual streets that we take to get there. And then there's the turn left, the turn right, and so on, right? So let's keep going. Okay. So how do we utilize this? Top down, we start on one of these time frames. Let me show you. Let me give you an example. All right? Let me give you an example. We start on one of these time frames. So I'm going to clear some of the stuff because I was actually trading part of this today. And show you some things on here. So let me clear this off and let me show you. Okay, so we started higher time frames. Okay, let's go to the monthly. You might be saying, Coach, I'm an intraday trader. What do I have anything to do with the monthly? Why am I even looking at it? Well, we're trying to see where's the overall destination that price wants to take, right? Where is it? What's your destination time frame? So you might come on the monthly and you might say to yourself, you know what, this isn't clear. I don't know. But let me tell you, just from a monthly perspective at the moment, I'm going to tell you where I think it's going. Let me move some of that out of the way, right? So we see this large rejection off of that so far for this month. Where's the next target? Well, if this is the large rejection off of here, the next target is the previous high. Now you might be saying, I don't think the market's going there. I watched all the news and all that. That's okay. That's okay. We're just trying to build a top-down analysis process. Now, of course, this is not enough. We'll just say monthly destination. And I'm going to show you. We'll just put the monthly there. M. I'm going to show you how quick you can do this. So you've done monthly. You say, okay, possibly we're going over there. Go down to the weekly. Let's see if the weekly confirms anything like that. Wow, the weekly gives us a strong rejection. Okay. Now, again, we haven't chosen that destination yet. We haven't. Gives us a strong rejection up from this area. Runs. And suddenly it's something that gives us a turnaround. Okay. So what is it hitting? This is called a fair value gap or a gap. Right? These are some concepts you're going to have to learn if you want to make some good money. Now, guess what you have? You have a framework between where price is driving, so to say, which is here and at the moment there. Okay. So from your top down, you've looked where the monthly wants to go, but we're not there yet. Most of you, if you've traveled somewhere, you know that it's not just one straight road towards your destination, right? There's a couple of side streets. There's a left and right. There's this. There's all of those things. There's turn here, turn there. So we're going top down. Price goes up. rejects off of that, boom. How do we know it's going to reject? If we came there on that particular day, I'll show you how we know. In fact, let's do this. I'm going to replay price right there so you can see exactly how we know. Now you've hit the weekly, so you need more information. Shout out to Zave, and welcome to the team, Mr. Zave, as well. Welcome to the team. I know you're joining us later today for an excellent class. This is just extra supplemental teaching. Go ahead and hit subscribe and like on the YouTube as well, so you get this whenever we go live. You'll get this notifications as well. Also, guys, if you are live with me, hit the bell notification icon so that way every time we go live, you get a notification as well. All right? We want to make sure. Awesome. Okay. So we hit that point. What is that? That's a gap. Right? We're sitting between this area at the moment. All right, let's go down. Remember, I said we're trying to find the roadmap on these higher time frames first. What do we see on the daily? Strong rejection down. Now, what did we learn from the weekly? Real quick, watch this. And tonight, by the way, later today, I should say, I'm going to go deeper on this concept in a lot clearer way in the actual class, right? Check this out. What did we learn from the weekly? We learned, let me take you back there real quick. We learned that gaps hold up price. Gaps hold up price. But what did we also learn? That gaps in the market draw price. So we drew price to this point. But we also might pause at something like that. But we're going top down. So what do? If we turned, let's imagine this is a street. If we turned right here, that means for the short term, we're no longer interested in continuing up in that direction, right? If you're tracking with me, give me an 8 in the chat. So where are we going to? We hit that point, strong rejection down. What is the roadblock on a daily? Another gap. I'm gonna show you something interesting. Track with me. This is a daily, right? Another gap. So we trade from gap to gap, or zone to zone, or level to level. Write this down for your notes. It's always from a higher time frame level to a lower time frame level. Always from a higher time frame level to a lower time frame level. Okay? Now watch this. That's weekly. We hit the weekly. Right? We hit the weekly. So where do we go? Coach, you said higher time frame to lower time frame. Well, then the next point is a daily. So weekly to daily. Weekly to daily. Right? Let's check if that happens. Boom. So that's the day, right? We spent those days trading from that area down here. But now you might be saying, shout out to Mr. Doug as well, Mr. Hardiman. Now you might be saying, but coach, does that mean I have to wait all those days to get that? No, let's take this idea and let's go down, right? So you get to the market, you're saying, man, I can't trade off of those areas. But remember, what I told you is you just need a framework on that higher time frames, right? Your weekly, your monthly, your daily, and your 4-hour. That's your framework time frames. And now I'm going to show you how we get there. Okay, you're going to want to watch the stream multiple times over. How do we get there? We hit a gap on the weekly. We can reasonably expect our overall destination to be here. Why? Because price goes from higher time frame to one time frame lower. Go and check that. Don't take my word for it. It does it time and time again. That's what we do top down. Yeah, write this note down. Every single day, you should be looking at your monthly, your weekly, your daily, your 4-hour. And whichever of those time frames you are inside of session, that's going to give you, what is session? It's those trading windows, right? My favorite sessions are 2 to 5 a.m. or 8, as early as 7 a.m., 8 to 12. That's at the high probability windows. Really till 11, but 8 till 12, right? Those are those high probability windows. So you're looking at where price is at that time and looking at what higher time frame it's in now. Follow along with me. So check this out. We hit that weekly. We know that price has to go till here. Okay. We know the price has to go to here, but how do we get there? Well, as we come up to that weekly, I'm going to go down one more time frame. We go to our 4 hour and we're going into that weekly. How do we get there? Our first telltale sign is the 4 hour out of that area. And by the way, at the end of the stream, I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen next with this chart, right? If you're trading NAS 100, if you're trading the indices like NQ, ES, or NAS, you can take this idea and look at it and see what happens by the end of the stream. Okay, we're almost done. Don't worry. So how do we know? Well, this area, if it fails, this is like you seeing on the GPS, it say, turn left here. You've already established where your overall destination is from your higher time frame. And this is easy. We're going from weekly to daily. That's your overall destination. That's your destination time frame. Now we need to know, how do we get there? Well, we look at our lower time frames, such as our 4 hour. Okay. Now we can go down even further and start looking at our actual. And students, if you're live with me, let me quickly show you what I'm talking about here. If you go to your weekly, remember what I've been teaching you guys. If you go to your weekly, you are now internal of that gap. Watch this. You go to your daily, you are external inside of that same gap, right? You're external. That means you can go to your 1 hour to execute. Now watch this. Let me play at 1 hour out. Boom, what's that? Price breaks down. What is this? Stop on breaker structure. It's giving you the turn signal. It's saying turn here now. Give me a 9 in the chat if you're following along with me. And also be sure to make sure you like the stream as well. And please subscribe to the channel as well, right? We're trying to touch 10,000 lives, people. We're really going all out. Again, a reminder, if you just joined me, you guys have to go ahead and look at our TikTok channel as well. I'll show you a lot of value. Coach Brown was trading live day today. Let me quickly show you as you guys are on. Coach Brown was trading live day today, gave out some awesome information. But even more than that, thank you, Black Superman. Even more than that, there's so much wisdom being shared here. Look at that. 12,000 people looked at that first video. 12,000 people on the first one. 4,700 found it valuable. We have endless comments of people saying, you know what, this is so valuable to us. You can be part of those as well. 1,026 people, and I think it's under a month. So people are finding value there, right? TikTok is not just for children. Trust me, there's a lot of value there. Thank you, Miss Jill. Shout out to you. I got an awesome class plan for you guys later. Okay, so we hit that. We now are internal on the weekly. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go ahead and click on the link that's in the chat. Go scroll up. You'll find it in the chat. You know what? I think we'll copy it again. If Kaylin's live with me, copy it again into the chat. Click on that and then sign up for one of our free trainings. We got a free training coming up tomorrow. Where I'm going to go deeper and show you how the actual markets as a whole is manipulated by the industry and the banking industry as well. Okay, so prices now come down, right, in this area, and we could execute this trade somewhere in that area on the 1 hour, right? I don't want to go over entries now, but let's just say this is what we did. I don't want to make the stream too long, go over entries. Let's just say that's what we did. Now we know the destination. We also know the turn signal, right? We show the turn signal. The turn signal is the 1 hour is saying, you know what, we're ready to go. How do I know that the 1 hour is ready to go? Look at the impulsivity of this move. Look how strong it's dropping out, right? Versus how it was chopping around. And then also, what is the other telltale sign? This is session. It's inside of session, right? You don't want to commit your risk and your money just all the time of the day, right? You want to make sure that you are trading at high probability times. We've just had price come out of the 9. I think it's over. Check here. That's a 9:30 open. Boom. Breaks down. So we know the market's about to move. And then, of course, price gives us that entry, right? Gives you a second opportunity, by the way, to get in. and then follows along. What should you do here? As you are dropping down, write this down for your notes. Every opposing swing low, take profit, right? Take some profit, take some profit, and then eventually take some profit over there. If you guys are finding value, please drop I'm going to test you guys now, an 11, a 1-1 in the chat, right? So why do you do that? Because if you are wrong and price takes a low and grabs liquidity, that's something else I teach. If it grabs liquidity and you are wrong about this trade, it's going to go all the way and stop you out. So you take profits at logical points, not just because the price has dropped or fallen. Now, if you're struggling with your strategy, here's some of the things that you need to focus on. You need to have a clearly defined stop loss, not just 30 pips, or I take 200 points, or I take 50 points. That doesn't make any sense. It needs to be a clearly defined market area above a swing high, inside of a gap, somewhere that you know that you're going to be able to repeat over and over. I have the saying that I say to the students all the time. Thank you for the 11s coming in. Don't pay for the white space. What do you mean, coach? I'm not going to put my stop loss here. You know why? Because that's the swing high. I'm not going to pay for this area. Don't pay for the white space. If any one of you guys ever gone to a store and just said, you know what? I want this, I want that, but also I want to pay for a couple of other things I'm not going to take. Have you done that? I know some of you are laughing at me now. You're thinking, this coach is crazy, but none of us have done that. So don't do it on the charts, because guess what this is? This is a market as well. Don't pay for the white space. Okay? So don't pay for this. Put your stop at a logical point. And if you get stopped out and you were wrong on the trade, that is okay. Don't pay for anything else. Let me tell you this. Most of the times when you put your stop beyond the point, you're going to get stopped out in any case. So don't pay for it, right? If price comes above that high, the market has changed direction and you can get stopped out. Now, you might have the one occasion where price doesn't do that. And you might say, coach, you know what? Yesterday when I moved my stop, it didn't do that. But truth be told, go and be a student of your data. You're going to find out that most of the time, if you move your stop, you get stopped out. So let's keep it moving. And then I'm kind of going to end the stream just talking about where I think price is going from here. Okay, so let me clear all of this. So what have we learned so far? We learned that price moves from time frame to time frame. So we've got a weekly gap over there. The next objective price needs to do is go to a daily gap, which is over here. After prices hit that daily gap, once this 4-hour candle closes, or the next one, price will then go up, likely to hit a 4-hour. At the moment, the 4-hour area is this gap over here. This candle's not closed. Still got an hour and 26 minutes on it. Will be that gap over here. That's the level. Or this SPR over here. At which point, you are going to look for reaction, or you trade towards that particular point. So how would I trade towards that point if I thought I'm going to get in this trade? How would I trade towards that? Well, we are external on our 4-hour. And you're going to need to join some of our streams. I'm going to be talking about that on Thursdays. Not this particular Thursday, probably the next Thursday, about how you trade from internal to external. We are external on our 4-hour. And we are internal on our daily. That's the magic, right? So going to my 4-hour, what I want to see on my 15-minute is I want to see price produce a gap in here with some momentum. In other words, price comes down, goes up, and leaves behind a gap. We don't have it yet, right? We have this gap over here, but we didn't cross anything. There's no momentum. So if we produce another one here and we cross that, there'll be a nice trade out of here up to higher levels. How far we get will be dependent on what session we are in. Now, if you feel like you don't want to risk all of that, maybe we don't get that far, quick scalp. What you could do is when that gap appears here, you enter in on a lower time frame. So in other words, price goes down, and students, you know what I'm talking about. We fractalize things. We teach this on a regular basis. Price will then come in here, do this again, and you get that, target that. Easy, easy, easy. Now, if you are here for the first time and you haven't done this yet, I know that some of the students have found some value in this. Let me quickly show you where you should go and have a look for more information on this channel that you're watching at the moment. Is over here. Go to our channel, right? Because I know some of you are new here today. Go to our channel, and truth be told, if you haven't gone and watched these videos yet, right? These ones, $1,600, $2,700, $1,000, and $755. All of these are one trade, just one trade. You have to go and watch these, and I would suggest you watch it multiple times. Why? Because I teach you how to manage a trade. I teach you exactly what I'm thinking when I'm in the trade. I teach you when I'm getting out and why, right? Also this one, the most impressive live trade you will see today, just to show you how precise price can be. And this one was $755 in under 15 minutes. Give me a 10 in the chat if you'd like to make $755 in under 15 minutes. Okay, let's go back. See what's happening over here now? We've had that first initial gap react. Now let me show you that if I was to go lower time frame, how I'd execute on that particular trade. Right? We'd go into that gap over there. We then go down to our 1 minute. Students, you know what I'm talking about. Right? And let me take this bigger zone off here. We're going to our 1 minute, and when price gives us a break, such as it's giving here, that will be an opportunity for a quick scalp out of, let me check this area quickly. I'm waiting for this candle to close, and you'd likely get this trade right there. Stop over here. Your first low hanging fruit target over there, first TP, and then your next one, because this is not a high probability trade yet, since it has not produced a 15-minute break. So what would you do in a scenario like this? Take profit there, take profit there, and take profit here. Why? Because those are highs along the way. Right? Quick and easy. That's a low-hanging fruit target, and then up and up. Right? That's what I do if I were to take a high risk trade in this short space of time. Why is it the high risk trade? Because I have not yet broken up on the 15-minute, right, above any significant high. And the 15-minute is my current road sign time frame, which is telling me left here or right there or so on and so on. So in the short term, a quick scalp up from here till there, till there, and till there, right? Those are the levels you want to attack in the short term. Okay, so what is important about today as we close out the stream? Number one, you have to do top-down analysis. If you don't have a view of where the market is going on a higher time frame, right? Let me bring my face up here. Let's get serious. If you don't have a view of where the market is going on a higher time frame, you have no business being on a lower time frame whatsoever. No business. You know why? Because if you don't know your destination, then you shouldn't be driving. How many of you just get in the car, and I'm not talking about those Sunday drives, right? We do that from time to time with the family. Let's just see where the road takes us. But in life, you don't want to go and just see where the road takes you, right? You want to know exactly, this is where I'm going, why I'm going there. And so you put in your destination. Your higher time frames are your easiest destination time frames. Where am I going overall? Then break that down to your lower time frames. Never jump on a chart, look at a 5 minute. Never jump on a chart, look at a 15 minute. Never jump on a chart, look at a 1 minute. Now, you guys who know me well know that most times I execute on the 1 minute. But you also know that I always say this. I don't trade the 1 minute. I trade the 1 minute that's attached to a 15 minute, and the 15 minutes attached to a 4 hour. Because I've got my roadmap of where I'm going, and now I'm looking at the turn left, the turn right, and signals. And that's how we get there. So important, take this note down today. You need to know how to get there. Then, to everybody who's joining us later, if you are a student, shout out again to Zave. He's just joined us as well. Students, let him know that he's welcome. He's coming later today. If you have missed yesterday's stream and you weren't live with us yesterday, then please show up today as well. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the context of where a trade starts and where you're going from, right? I'm going to be talking about that today, and then also how to avoid bad trades even though you got a good area. So you might have a high probability area, but how to avoid the bad trades. If you're looking forward to hearing that, then please give me a 9 in the chat. And then of course, if this is your first time joining a stream, or you're coming here from TikTok, or you're coming here from YouTube, go ahead and click the link that was dropped in the chat, right? And please, so just scroll up. I'll copy it again in the chat here. Just give me a second. And go ahead and make sure that you join our Thursday class tomorrow, because we got some awesome information for you. And I'm just about to copy it in the chat here for you guys in case you missed it. And it should come up now. And boom. Thank you for all those 9s. You guys are awesome. Mr. Black Superman, looking forward to seeing you as well. Mr. Ninja Nate OS, looking forward to see you. Mr. Zave, Mr. Doug, Miss Jill, thank you guys for joining me today. I think you guys are going to find tremendous value later today in class, right? What you can do, go ahead and watch that now, see if what I said is going to play out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. You guys be blessed on purpose. It's been Coach Sharon. Hope you found value. Please, before you jump off the stream, please make sure to like and subscribe, because in the near future we're going to be dropping some awesome information there, and you don't want to miss out. Okay, you guys don't want to miss out, so please make sure you are connected. You guys be blessed on purpose. It's been Coach Chadman. Love you all. See you guys later.